shoehorned between Spain and France, the tiny, landlocked Principality of Andorra is draped over 180 square miles of the Pyrenees Mountains. Fewer than 90,000 people call it home, but many more stream over its borders to enjoy its duty-free shopping, myriad ski resorts, and extremely friendly income tax code as in, there isn't one. While winter sees the country's peaks blanketed in snow, in summer they're laced with lush, green scrub and encourage a different type of frolicking, exploring the sinuous, tall ribbons of asphalt that climb up from the valleys and back down again. It was across this landscape and past shops stuffed to their rafters with discount booze that we drove the latest Audi RS5 Coupe. Highs supremely comfortable over distances long and short, faithful and capable chassis easy to exploit. The V6 sounds fantastic but lows. It's still too quiet, overly serious personality. For 2018, the RS5 has been updated to ride on Audi's second-generation MLB platform. The same kit serves under the A4, A5, Q7, and others, and with a twin-turbocharged 2.9-litre V6. The V6 takes the place of the particularly sonorous naturally aspirated 4.2-litre V8 that served in the previous generation RS5. The V6 may be down 2 cylinders, but horsepower is unchanged at 450, and the turbos increase torque from 317 lb-ft to a far meteor 443 lb-ft and also push the output peaks further down the track. Max power is available at 6,700 revolutions per minute, 1,550 lower than before, and peak torque comes online at 1,900 revolutions per minute, a full 2,100 revolutions per minute lower. The 90° 6 is 44 pounds lighter than the V8. The car is 132 pounds lighter overall, all blower hardware included, and its 2 turbochargers are nestled in the valley between the cylinder banks. This Hot V configuration's largest benefit is to emissions, according to Audi Sport chief Stefan Riel, since the catalysts warm up more quickly, thanks to shorter distances between the turbos, the exhaust valves, and the catalysts. Less plumbing also reduces lag, and this V6 is indeed one hell of a hard charger, with power, torque, and speed coming in a near instantaneous wave that intensifies proportionally to the angle of your right ankle. Audi estimates the 0 to 62 mph run at 3.9 seconds, or about half a tick quicker than the 0 to 60 time we recorded for the outgoing RS5. We think Audi's number is just about right. The Audi-engineered V6 makes more torque than any of the company's dual-clutch automatics can handle. Porsche uses its PDK with this engine in the Panamera but doesn't share that gearbox with other group members, and so the last RS5's 7-speed S-tronic transmission has been supplanted by an 8-speed ZF automatic. Compared with a dual-clutch box, this torque converter unit's gear changes are slower, yet this is not to say it's slow by any means. The ZF can handle the V6's torque, and Riel asserts that customers favor the new transmission's smoother and more predictable step-off behavior from a stop. There is no manual transmission available, and the ZF Automatic's programming is so good and the plasticky shift paddle so unsatisfying to use that we simply let it work on its own the majority of the time. A livable express even as the weaponized version of the A5S5 brood, the RS5 is easy to live with. It's tautly suspended yet displays a supple ride quality despite its 20-inch wheels and low-profile rubber. It rides superbly in the optional active suspension's comfort and auto modes, and its smoothed-out heaving pavement on French autoroutes and the patched surfaces of Andorran B roads with no bobbing or bounding. Dynamic mode is for fun time only, though, as the ride can get choppy, inducing a slight bucking during straight-line cruising on anything but the flattest pavement. The RS5's handling is also docile. While it's hugely capable, with high levels of front-end grip, there's little in its behavior to make even a novice driver nervous. It's sure-footed in both wet and dry conditions, and you can get up to speed with its behavior as quickly as the car itself biles on miles per hour. This follows Riel's philosophy for Audi Sports RS creations. He believes that a car is too difficult to master if an owner goes to a track all day and is still lopping off chunks of time lap after lap. He wants his team to deliver a machine in which it's easy and safe to quickly find its limits, and they've done so here. The steering is faithful and accurate, with quick, predictable turn-in behavior, and it's more natural than before, albeit still lacking in feedback. The car rewards smoothness, the quattro all-wheel drive system and standard torquey vectoring sport differential working to keep you online and delivering max thrust to the ground when you boot the car out of a turn, at which point you can feel the torque shift rearward. The default split is 40% front and 60% rear. If the car detects slip, up to 85% can be sent forward, or 70% aft. Push too hard into a corner and there remains a whiff of understeer, but it feels more balanced than before. Nonetheless, this is a car that prefers a rapid pace, not a frenetic one. In addition to the standard iron rotors, the RS5 is available with optional, and huge, front carbon ceramic brakes as part of the Dynamic Plus package. We drove cars with each setup, and deceleration was excellent with both. While one carbon-equipped RS5 displayed a bit of top-off travel machinist to its pedal, a second one didn't. It may have been that the first car's brakes weren't quite bedded in, but overall this system is predictable and certainly stronger than the already capable standard brakes. Given this car's luxury GT bent, though, we'd skip the carbon brakes unless we planned on attacking mountain roads or race tracks with some frequency. The RS5's active exhaust system features both movable flaps and a resonating cross pipe connecting the left and right sides just aft of the rear axle. The car's chassis mode controls how eager the flaps are to open, as well as how often, and the engineer in charge of tuning the sound was given a 2000 RS4 which never came to the US but had a turbocharged 2.7-litre V6 and told, "Make it sound like that." He nailed the sound quality. At full throat, the new RS5 sounds pissed off, with fat blats on upshifts and a belligerent growl not far off the old V8s. Yet its anger sounds as if it's coming from next door, in part because the car is well insulated from the outside world and also because Audi doesn't augment the noise with the audio system. The company cops to enhancing low-range frequencies below 3000 revolutions per minute, at which point the car basically makes no noise of its own, with a device located behind the instrument panel, described to us as a shaker that uses the car's own vibrations to act on a metal plate. The modest volume fits the grand touring character of the RS5, but it's still a bit of a bummer, and the pops it executes on overrun don't really thrill anyone inside the car. They sound mostly like someone you've kidnapped banging on the inside of the trunk lid. Demure detailing the RS5's aesthetic was inspired by Audi 90 Quattro's a GTO race car, and the new Coupe's boxy fender flares make it slightly wider than its tame RS5 sibling. Similarly, the RS gets a fatter grille than the A5 and S5, as well as front intakes large enough to swallow the tiny Fiats we encountered by the dozens in the Pyrenees. The overall effect is more sophisticated than feral, however, a motif that carries over to the mostly black cabin, which can be adorned with contrast stitching and red stripes on the seatbelts, but doesn't get much flashier than that. The driving position is fantastic, and the forward view from the supportive, multi-adjustable, and massaging front seats is outstanding. Visibility to the rear is decent, too, given the coupe roofline, and the car will accommodate 4 people of average height with no issues. The 2 rear passengers have slightly pinched shoulder room, but they have access to 4 cup holders, so at least they'll be well hydrated. Pricing for the coupe starts around $70,000 and will top out about $15,000 above that. Standard equipment includes 20-inch wheels with a temporary spare tire and a black optics appearance pack that darkens the mirror caps, body side flourish, rear-lip spoiler, and lower front fascia trim. Yes, that means silver mirror caps, long a hallmark of RS cars, won't be available here, at least initially. They are among the choices available to customers in other markets, as a carbon fiber or silver finishes for the black opticized exterior pieces, as well as a bare carbon fiber roof that might be offered here if Audi USA can certify its crashworthiness. Options include 3 packages: Dynamic, Dynamic Plus, and RS driver assistance. The first one is approximately $3,000 and nets red brake calipers, adjustable dampers, and RS Sport exhaust with black tips. This is required to order the $6,000 Dynamic Plus bundle, which includes the ceramic brakes, a carbon fiber engine cover, and an increase in top speed from 155 miles per hour to 174. Finally, the assistance bundle brings a 360-degree view camera, a head-up display, automatic high beams, lane keeping assist, and traffic sign recognition. It also brings adaptive cruise with traffic jam assist that will accelerate and stop the car and that works at speeds up to 155 miles per hour, while also automating the steering in certain situations below 40 miles per hour. In the transition to this latest generation, Audi improved both the RS5's luxury GT abilities and its dynamic capabilities. With its competitors from BMW the M4 and Mercedes-AMG the C63 growing more monstrous and hard-riding by the day, the RS5 is unquestionably the most livable of the bunch. Tingling its pilot's spine is among its ancillary, not primary, skills, and stoicism remains the bedrock upon which this car is built. Meanwhile, the wait continues for something truly unhinged from Audi.
Yeah.